Hey there, everyone. My name is Sage.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is your boy Felix.
Hi, this is your Queen Jasmine Rice La Beja from the Hill House of La Beja here in New York City, and we are here to talk about the positive and negative side of PrEP.
So my first time receiving or like going to the doctor to get prep, it wasn't really uncomfortable. Honestly, for me, because I went to a doctor that was what we would say like LGBT friendly, and she actually specialized in like infectious disease. Um, was like a walk in the park. Like I had questions and she was very like knowledgeable. There was no stigma in our conversation.
I think it was a little bit uncomfortable for me because I was still skeptical about this magical fantasy drug that I've never heard of before. Again, because it wasn't really mainstream and it wasn't on the news outlets and stuff like that. So when I went to my primary care doctor, then primary care doctor, they had no idea what I was talking about. They were like, "What?
Wow.
No, that does not exist." And that was at Callen-Lorde. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I was completely kidding. And then I changed my doctor, who was more LGBTQIA plus friendly, and they actually had I guess a different division or different section for HIV. And that I went to that person. They're like, "Oh yeah, you should get on PrEP and yada 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 yada." And I also already take a lot of vitamins before I go to bed and stuff like that. So it was just an extra little check mark, a little blue pill that I added to my roster.
did you both find after being on prep that it influenced other behaviors that you had? Or did you start or stop doing things once you got on prep? Or did different things happen as far as increase or decrease in your life once you started prep?
The only thing with me, I don't know if this is me in my head, but because I do take it at night, sometimes if I take prep and then I go out to the club, girl, I get drunk fast as hell. So I don't know if it's like the pill in my system.
I haven't personally experienced any kind of side effect, but baby, this Asian is built like a Megatron. So it takes a lot of things to take me down. I've never really heard of any side effects, but even the side effects, I feel like nowadays, even Tylenol and like ibuprofen, like Advil and Aleve, like they all have side effects written on them. So, I mean, that's why you go in for check-in every 3 months to make sure you get your
Mm.
blood work done and you make sure like all your organs are working correctly and your the medication that you're taking is not affecting in any negative way, like your bone density and all that stuff. So I personally have never experienced that side of it. I have though encountered some of my friends who said that they had an upset stomach, but that's the maximum of side effect that I've ever coming into contact with in
Yeah.
proximity.
The thing is that sometimes we attribute side effects as to physical things, but side effects can also happen around mental things or
What? Yeah.
behavior. You know, and in the work that I do, there was an instance in which there was a person that was confiding in me and letting me know that every time they got drunk, or every time they got tore up or whatever, they would put themselves at risk. It was something that it was just like, oh my God, I went out to the club and I had one too many drinks, and all of a sudden I woke up in somebody's house. And we had to explore the conversation of prep. And once prep got introduced to this person's life, they then figured out that not only prep, but maybe alcohol was also an issue.
I think that was the main issue of this
Absolutely.
story.
No, definitely, definitely. But one thing that we found out is that them using prep sort of opened the possibility of them being able to look at alcohol as a problem in my life, and them figuring out that peace of mind is better than a piece of dick. It's just like, what am I gonna choose?
Ooh, that's a
Peace of
hard
mind
choice. That's
or
baby,
piece of
that's
dick.
Sophie's
You know what
choice.
I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh my
So,
god.
sometimes taking risks and having something that is somewhat of an insurance. I mean, that I guess that's another question. that, do you feel in taking PrEP, does it feel like some sort of like insurance should things happen?
To me, it definitely does feel like extra like insurance and security.
For me, I think it's more, I don't think of it as insurance, but it's more a peace of mind in a way where I think I did my best to not only protect myself, but the person that I am with.
I don't know, it just makes me feel safe, you know? It's like if I'm out and I've been in those situations where sometimes, we go out, we meet someone, we get drunk as hell, bitch, next thing you know,
What?
it's bam bam shawam. So, for those times where it's kind of like oops, it's kind of like all right, oops, but at least it's not going to be that. So, yeah,
I mean, I think that's the whole storyline with everything. Is like the pro outweighs the
the
con kind of a
cons.
thing. Like the benefits of this drug definitely outweighs the negative side effects of the drug. I mean, and there's so many myths. Like we had someone saying that if you take PrEP, there's going to be hair loss and stuff. And I'm just like, girl, like that's crazy. Let's not get crazy about these things and like do your research, like look into it. And just again, knowledge is power. The more you know, shooting star.
Hey guys, it's a wrap. I had a great time. If you guys are looking for more resources, please make sure you check out the website at the end of this video.